What's up, everybody? This is Elijah from Smooth Angler. I'm a guide here, and tonight we're going to be tying 3 trout flies, 3 patterns that I really like to use. We've been experiencing a lot of crappy weather here this winter, February, and getting really excited for the spring season for trout fishing here in North Carolina. So first we're going to start off with the Perdigon Midge, which is a great midge across the US in all trout waters. Just imitates a nice little midge pattern. Super clean, sinks fast, whether you're Euro nymphing, indicator fishing. Great for a hopper dropper setup. So let's get to it. Alright, so we've got the Firehole 16 jig hook in the vise right now with a tungsten slotted bead. I like tying these Perdigons on a jig hook. They tend to sink a little faster. So what we're going to do, we've got this tinsel thread. It's really nice with the color already built in. Lessens the materials and makes it super easy to tie. So we're just going to start by locking that in. And with these Perdigons, I like to say that less is more. Their profile is always, super narrow, and then we can always bulk it up with a little UV glue on the end. So we got our tinsel locked in, and now I like to pick a pretty crappy black hackle feather just because we're going to be ripping it apart, so no sense in using a really nice hackle feather. So we got our crappy black crapple feather, our hackle feather here that we're gonna, just tear a little bit off. And again, with these, less is more. So I got a lot right there. I'm gonna go to about half of that and get a nice, there's probably 6 or so little pieces there. So we're just gonna wrap here to lock it in, one little loose wrap, cinch it down and work our way back. Just a couple wraps, and then what I like to do, so we're a little long on that right now, so what I'll do is pull that through just a little bit, and we wanted about a half a hook shank, so that may have been a little far, but we'll roll with it. And get one wrap there, and snip this off. Boom. So again, the number one thing I learned in fly tying is you want to make every wrap count, and especially with these smaller profile flies, you want to really be intentional on where you're wrapping, because you can get out of hand really quickly. And there we go. Our bead had spun around on us there. There we are. And I'm just going to wrap and build up the body just a little bit. Super simple fly. My goodness. Easy peasy. And I forgot my whip finisher. Okay, so grab your whip finisher here and just get maybe 1, 2, something simple, quick there. So we now have a nice tapered body built up there, and I really like these Perdigons to have just a little bit of a hot spot. So I'm going to grab this orange thread, tie this in just a little bit, not too much. Boom. And I lost it there. And we're going to UV glue all this down so we can kind of touch up where we need to touch up in the body. So now that we have our little hot spot with the body there, it looks pretty sharp. Grab our UV glue. Oops. And with this, less is more again. I always like to start somewhat scarce, like not like that, and then slowly build up and kind of let that. I'm gonna work that around there. And you can tie your Frenchies, you know, I'm sorry. So we're gonna add our UV glue here. And kind of want to make sure our body's a little tapered, and a nice little extra blob there by the head to give it a little more profile. And I just wrap it around that hot spot to make sure everything's secure. We want to make sure that it's got a nice little taper down to the tail. So we'll add a little bit more there, like that. And I try not to play with it too much, because the more you play with it, the less it wants to cure. And there we go. And then we just zap it with our UV light. A couple seconds there. Oops. And that's a little Perdigon. Well, there's the Perdigon Midge. Really easy pattern to tie, 4 materials, and it's a midge that's going to fish well for you across the country. Good luck with it. I hope you catch a lot of fish.